Yo, Alex, what's up? Hey, you're back.
Hello, Sam. How are you?
Great. I'm great. It's good to see you again. I missed you last week.
I know. I was MIA, gone, long gone, and I missed you too. I think
Yeah,
this moment will endure as we go on.
I know. We were pushing everybody for Alpha Leaks, but it just didn't have the same ring.
I know, it's true, it's true. But now I'm glad to be here. We're back, and we have a pretty good show today. I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly. So, before we hop into that, let's just give a little shout out to Okcoin. Today's the day to buy the dip, and Okcoin has some of the cheapest fees in the market. If you're looking to get involved and make your first BTC purchase or ETH or anything really, today is the day to go and sign up and become a dip buyer to join the family and just be TFD.
I'm a bit buyer, a dip buyer, a bit buyer too, I guess, but definitely a dip buyer. And yeah, guys, the markets are quite interesting today, but never fear. We're here,
Yeah,
and come trade it with Okcoin. Come trade with us. We have some pretty sweet assets for you guys.
I know, and maybe we'll get some Alpha Leaks a little bit later.
We'll do some alpha leaks for sure.
So this week we're going to talk about something different, which we've never talked about before, which is NFTs. And we got a really special guest on. Her name is Jennifer Sutto, and she is we'll bring her on and she can tell about herself. But Jenny does everything at Evaluate Markets, is what she told us. She's in charge, but Jenny's in charge of marketing and social at Evaluate. And Evaluate is a NFT analytics platform where you can track prices and your portfolio of all the NFTs that you buy. So, Jenny, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's funny because we met in Miami at
Mm-hmm.
a whole, NFT conference event. And yeah, so it's pretty cool to be on your guys' show. Happy to be here.
So it's actually a really like I think relevant topic at this point. Like NFTs, we've kind of gone through that first like hype cycle wave, and I think we're really building towards something big for 2022. So like I know that when we talked, you kind of came a little bit late to the whole like NFT cycle, but you've been mastering it and just getting super deep in it. So like, what's your story and how did you get here with the whole NFT thing?
Well, I was early. I don't think I was as early as you for Top Shot, but I was early for Top Shot, which
Yeah.
was cool. And yeah, I got into NFTs in late 2020, October 2020, and joined the public beta for NBA Top Shot when they opened it up, and there was just a couple thousand users at the time,
Hmm.
and really, I just got really into NBA Top Shot, and that's kind of what kicked it off for me. I had bought some crypto kitties, like maybe a dozen or so in the past, but I never really got into that, and it was really NBA Top Shot that sucked me in. And I was already into crypto for the last several years, I guess, since 2017. And but I was kind of learning about crypto, and I didn't really know much about NFTs, not really until NBA Top Shot came along. So um, yeah, that was a really exciting time for me. And um, when things started picking up in January for Top Shot, and that Bales article came out, and all those daily fantasy sports people came in and started speculative buying and pumping the market. Things got really exciting, and I was able to make some moves, and it was really fun. And then shortly after that, in February, I decided I was going to start making content on YouTube. And actually, maybe I should share my screen. I started a YouTube channel, Jennifer Top Shot, actually. And yeah, my first video I made 10 months ago. Um,
Nice.
and
Wow.
actually, within a week, I gained 1,000 subscribers, and I became quickly the basically like the biggest Top Shot content creator at the time. Which 1,000 subscribers is not much, but there weren't really many Top Shot content creators, especially ones that were actually showing their face. So I kind of naturally stood out, and I had like purple hair and everything. So obviously I looked different. Um,
This is
and
why I'm here. I'm here for the purple hair. So I came back after all these
there we go.
absences. I just wanted the purple hair.
The purple hair. Yeah, hey, the purple hair is my brand. I have to forever have purple hair. But yeah, and this is kind of, I was in a transitional period in my career where I actually wasn't working when I first started making videos. I was just, I started making some videos every single day just for fun. And actually, Evaluate Market saw my videos and they reached out and they were like, hey, do you want to come work for us? Basically. And I was like, yes, I would love to. And that's really what started it all for me. And it's just been a journey since. But yeah, that's that. It's been a lot of fun.
And now you have one of the biggest NFT focused, or it is the biggest NFT focused podcast in the world, right?
NFT Catcher podcast. I don't know if it's the biggest, but we do have. Let me see if I can search it here. We did just hit over 50,000 downloads on our podcast. So
Congrats.
thank you. Yeah,
that's really great.
It's been fun. We released our 22nd episode. Yeah, we just do once a week, but we're trying to really up it and start to have guests and everything on. But it's been really fun. I really do enjoy creating content, and whether it's videos or audio podcasts and all that. I really enjoy creating content. So that's kind of my thing.
So you've gone the whole gamut. I mean, the cool thing about Top Shot is that you didn't have to have a crypto wallet really to get involved. I liked it because I just plugged in my my credit card and it just bought some packs for me. Right, it was super easy to get involved, and then there was all this other stuff that happened later on with all the other different NFT projects that we see now in like OpenSea. But Top Shot had a really great onboarding process, and that was really like similar to you. That was my kind of first dip into the whole NFT thing, and I really liked it. I think they had some issues with their releases and stuff, and I get where they're coming from. They're trying to sell cards, but it looks like you've gone the whole gamut, going from Top Shot through pretty much every single NFT project now.
Yeah, I mean, I try to stay in the loop, but there's so much to know. It's like there's too much to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, does your like friends and family come to you now and be like, how can I invest into NFTs? Like, I've got some money. Can I give it to you? Can you go buy some stuff for me?
Well, yeah, I mean, the holidays just happened and I was over visiting family, and my brother, I had been telling him about NFTs for quite a while, and finally he was like, how do I buy an NFT? What should I buy? And so I finally set him up with the Top Shot account. And actually, I tweeted about it, and I got people to send him some moments, and he was really excited about that. Now his account value is worth $1,000. So
you could have been like the family Oprah, like you get an NFT and you get an NFT and you get an NFT.
Yeah,
just like
and
shelled out NFTs.
Yeah. I gifted my family some NFTs, but they're not really like super into NFTs. Of course, they think it's cool what I'm doing and stuff, but it's just kind of like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay, like, all right, that's what I'm doing, NFT stuff. Got it.
So, like, how does one go to becoming a collector then? Like, what's involved versus just going out and buying something versus actually having a collector's mindset and figuring out what could be valuable in the future, or like what's rare or what's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a lot of speculative buying right now, with the state of the market, everything being so crazy and volatile. I mean, for NBA Top Shot, it was like I wasn't even a basketball fan, and I just started collecting moments just because I thought that was pretty revolutionary. That Dapper Labs, who had previously created CryptoKitties, like the first ERC 721 token, that I thought it was pretty cool that they were, licensed with the NBA to create these NBA Top Shot moments. And I felt like that, that had a lot of potential to be something big. And so, yeah, at first it was just like, I was, I guess, speculative buying, buying in hopes that, okay, one day this will be valuable in the future. But eventually, I started becoming emotionally attached. And I think a lot of people find this as well. You start to become emotionally attached to your NFTs because, unlike crypto, where it's just this token and, it's a fungible token, and it's like, you don't see anything with your token, right? It's just kind of this like number, just kind of this thing. For NFTs, there's a physical, or not a physical, like a digital representation. There's a picture attached to it, or maybe it's a video or whatever. And so, you start to kind of form this connection with it. And, for my NBA Top Shot moments, it was like I started becoming attached to my moments, and I started, learning about all the players, and I started becoming a basketball fan as a result. And now it's like I have moments that I will never sell. I'm like, my LeBron S1 final rare moment, I will never sell that. That's mine forever. I'm keeping it. And so you just kind of become attached to it, and then next thing you know, you're a collector.
Did they give you any tickets or anything to come see some games?
NBA Top Shot, man, they should have. They should have given me some stuff for all that I did.
You should
But
reach
no,
out to them. You should reach out to Cuban. Be like,
Yeah.
Mark, give me
Mark
some Dallas
Cuban?
Maverick tickets. Yeah.
Yeah. Hire me as your like Mavericks Top Shot coordinator.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would like to go. I went to I've been to a couple games now. Actually, never been to a game before I got into NBA Top Shot, and then
Oh wow.
started going to a couple games. And I had been to WNBA games before, but never NBA games. So I was pumped to start to go, and then it was like, oh, I recognize the players, and I'm like, oh, I have their moment, and yeah, it was really cool, actually, very fun.
It's an interesting way to think about it, because we always think about real world gets translated into the digital world, but in this case, NFTs especially are a way to get people. You get like you're interested in the subject matter, and then you become an NBA fan or an NFL fan or whatnot. And there's a lot of parallels to actually fantasy. So fantasy football, fantasy basketball. I remember I was always a football fan, but then when I started playing fantasy, there's a little bit of like an attachment to it. Now there's gamesmanship, it's gamified. Now I'm watching all the teams on Sunday. And so I think when people look at the NFT space and kind of undervalue it or misvalue it and thinking it's a game, it's actually a great channel to get people and new fans excited and invested, literally and figuratively, into the sport, or into the art or into whatever it is they're doing. And it sounds like this is exactly what happened with you.
Yeah, that's basically, I feel like NFTs are kind of supposed to be bringing in, for example, if celebrities come out with their own NFTs, it's like you're tying yourself to the celebrity, in a way. And it's like, it's supposed to be a closer way to whatever the platform is, or whatever the artist is, or the creator of it. It's like, it's kind of just more of like a special, and maybe they're not all membership based, but I think things will evolve to be more like membership based NFTs, where it's like, okay, you're gaining access to this person, or access to this. Currently, it's like access to this community, and you want to be a part of the community. I have a cool cat. This is my cool cat mug, and it's like, I'm a cool cat. I'm a part of the community, and I everyone kind of feels connected in that way. That the other people that have cool cats, it's like, oh, you have a cool cat, I have a cool cat too, and there's only 10,000, so it's like, it's kind of a little special, being a part of a community that holds the same asset as you, I guess.
So I think like it's really interesting for like the Top Shots thing, and especially in the broader NBA in general, is just how many NBA players are collectors. You've got a bunch of current NBA players and former NBA players in Top Shots right now. Plus, you've got like Steph changing his Twitter profile to he was the first to go to a Bored Ape, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got a bunch of other NBA players who also switched to Bored Ape as well too. So there's just something about I don't know if it was Top Shots that influenced the NBA guys, or the NBA guys just like, they're on Twitter all the time and they need a way to flex on their friends. But it's really commingled well, and I've been really happy to see it.
Yeah, I think MoonPay, they're really, the MVPs here. I think that they are the ones that got, all these celebrities to change their profile picture. I don't know what the deal is on the back end there, but they're buying a lot of apes for celebrities and athletes and stuff. I think LaMelo was actually maybe the first NBA player to actually change his profile picture to a Bored Ape, and I think that was when the floor was like 4 ETH or something, I want to say.
Oh wow.
So, yeah. LaMelo has his own NFT collection as well, so he's kind of been in the game for a little bit.
All
Yeah,
right, I have
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Sam. I have a secret. I have a secret I want to tell you guys.
Ooh.
There's another reason why I'm here today. And the reason is, what the heck does a floor of 4 ETH mean? Like, how does that? What is that? Can you educate me? I know I like NFTs. I don't know how to buy them or value them. And we're talking about LaMelo and LeBron and owning the moments. I want to be part of the cool cats. So how do I even get in?
I mean, for NBA Top Shot, are you saying?
Oh, in general, how do I value NFTs? What does a floor of 4 ETH mean? You know, how do I know what the next trends are? To teach me, like I'm the young, Obi-Wan, and like this the sensei. So you're like a Yoda here. I wanna understand how to read this space.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far. Yoda, I don't know about that, but I work for Value at Market, as Sam was saying earlier, and one of the things you can do is you can see it's kind of like a mix between an Etherscan and an OpenSea, because we have a marketplace as well. You can shop for NFTs, but you can also see things like a number of unique owners. For example, for NBA Top Shot, there's 621,892 collectors with at least one moment
Wow.
in their collection. And so that's quite a big number. You can see the market cap as well, and then you can see the floor price is like the cheapest possible moment you can buy. So the cheapest possible moment you can buy right now is going for $2. And there's actually quite a handful of $2 moments on the platform NBA Top Shot. And most of our users use our site for NBA Top Shot, but there's other collections as well, like the Bored Apes we were talking about. I don't know which way.
Oh, there's your cool cats. Let's look at the cool
I
cats.
know this is my cool cats here. There's 5,051 unique owners, which is pretty impressive. It was kind of a big deal when it hit 5K, when it broke the 5K unique owners. But you can see the latest sales and stuff, and then you can analyze and see, okay, what has been the price history over the last 7 days, 30 days, 90 days even. Same with transactions. See the transactions over the past 90 days, and maybe you can kind of notice a trend here. I mean, I'm not the best at like reading charts and stuff, but some people are really good at that. We do show like the average sales, so you can kind of see, oh, okay, it looks like there was a bit of a spike happening here, on the 4th. Some kind of news must have happened. But yeah, and then you can just go and you can see all the different transactions, and even the leaderboard. There's somebody with 324 cool cats, which is
Wow.
insane. And we can even go into their collection. I mean, all of this is on chain. It's all on the blockchain, so it's like basically are just reading the blockchain and gathering the information from there. And it shows that it was a gift, which means they minted these. But anyway, another thing you can do is you can connect your wallet. I'm already connected here, so I can go in and I can see for all the collections that we support, out of the ones that I have, what is my, currently valued at. So I bought my cool cat at 0.69.
It's a good return.
I know, right? Look at this ROI. Yeah, and the floor we do floor-based valuations based on the lowest ask of the most valuable trait. So yeah, and we can kind of see the trend over time of what the floor has been for my individual cool cat that I have. And this is mine right here.
So I have a question. When it
Yes.
comes to buying NFTs, is it better to be a floor buyer, or do you want to be a rarity hunter? Or do you want to go for something that's a bit more rare within the
Yeah.
collections?
Yeah. I mean, I always say floor simply because you're more liquid when you buy the floor. It's a little bit harder with rarity. I mean, there are people that are rarity hunters for sure, and they do well with that. I'm more of okay, I'm gonna play a little safer and go with the floor. Yeah, I bought this one on the floor. I was like, no, just in case, I need to make sure I'm buying a floor one because it's more liquid. It'll be easier to sell. It'll be easier to undercut the floor and sell versus, for if you're going for a rare one, it's like, okay, well then you have to, kind of be watching the the lowest ask of the most rare trait that you have, and be trying to gauge it, and I don't know, I just feel like buying a floor one is just the easiest way to go. I'm not personally the type to buy super rare stuff, and I'm a little cheaper when I buy stuff, so I just try to get the cheapest thing.
Right. So I guess there's like two differences. If you're buying the floor, you're kind of waiting for the entire collection to go up or down. But
Yeah.
if you're buying rares, then it's definitely has more value, but it's more liquid. But the variance in return. So like you could buy a rare and it could be worth it a lot more later on. Like if you look at like the rares in some of the bigger communities like Cool Cats or Bored Apes or the CryptoPunks. I mean, there's a huge difference between like a floor ape and one of the rarer apes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like, higher risk, higher reward, for the rarity. Yeah, if you're more of a, okay, you want to take that higher risk, then go for it. Yeah, rarity. I mean, you can probably find some nice rare apes for a good deal or something. Especially early on when it's, just trying to, when price discovery hasn't happened yet. I mean, there's so many good looking apes too. I feel like I value aesthetic over rarity though a lot of times, because it's like, it's your NFT, you're picking it. I mean, unless you're buying to flip immediately, a lot of my NFTs, it's like I'm trying to buy to hold on to long term. So I better like how it looks, because I'm like, I'm buying it. I want it to look how I want it to look. I don't necessarily care about, the rarity all that much. But some people, they really care about the rarity a lot. So yeah.
So what's the okay, so those those board apes cost a lot of money. I think the floor price for the apes is what, like 60 ETH right now, so that's, or 80 ETH.
What was it at? Let me see. Okay, 68 right now.
68 ETH. But
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. That's like close to $250,000.
I
That's
know.
so if you don't have a ton of money, let's say you're starting with $1,000, like
Yeah.
Ethereum is probably not the best place to pick up some NFTs. Like
Yeah.
where else? Like if I'm just starting with like $1,000, like what's the best place to go and check out different marketplaces? Like, is it on Ethereum or will it be somewhere else?
I mean, I really like Flow. NBA Top Shot is on Flow,
Hmm.
and I really like Flow because there's no gas fees, and yeah, it's an easier onboarding experience for users. So, like you had mentioned, you can use your credit card, you can use your debit card to buy NBA Top Shot moments. Yes, you can use crypto as well, but you don't have to. And so I think it's a much easier transition for people. Like, I think NBA Top Shot was a lot of people's first NFTs, and that's because it's such an easy, user onboarding experience. Whereas, if you buy Ethereum based projects, you have to set up a MetaMask wallet, and you have to, buy Ethereum, and then you have to pay gas fees when you're buying, which is basically like a transaction fee. And it's like,
Yeah.
it gets expensive. It does. And unless you're early or have a lot of money, it kind of is like, okay, this isn't the best for mainstream adoption. I really do believe Flow is the future. Flow is the future. And yeah, NBA Top Shots on Flow. They just came out with NFL All Day, which is like football moments. They're
Yeah.
doing their closed beta right now. Let's
And they're
see.
going to have their MMA as well too, right?
Yeah, UFC and what other sport? Oh, soccer as well. They had announced. So yeah, they'll be doing. I feel like they'll be doing all the sports.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, like I collected trading cards when I was young as like a thing. I've got like binders full of trading cards in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, Alex, did you collect trading
Oh
cards?
my God. Basketball, the Michael Jordans. Oh, I have them in binder somewhere as well. I used to go to Beckett. Do you remember Beckett back in
Yeah.
the day? It was a
Yeah, the
magazine.
book. Yeah, the book.
You will look up the value, but it's amazing. It's just like we took that and brought it digitally. So I have a couple questions here. So everything I hear from the naysayers of NFTs is like, well, yeah, you could take a digital screen, you could take a screenshot of it. Now you have the same thing. So what do you say to the people who are just going to take a digital screenshot of your Top Shot NFTs?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could. It's more about having digital ownership of it, and so if you take a screenshot, it's not, there's no proof that you own it on the blockchain. So on the blockchain, I can see who owns everything and anything, that's on the blockchain, and I'm able to buy and sell and trade it, and so that proof of ownership is really the key. And I guess maybe it doesn't fully make sense for a lot of people. Well, if I screenshot it, I still here it's in my camera roll. What's the point? But and yeah, you could screenshot it. Of course, you can screenshot things and you can have them in your camera roll, but that doesn't mean that you actually own that
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing.
So let me ask one more. So this is the one that's just like and I agree with you, by the way. I equate it to, to Sam's point of having trading cards. I used to have a Michael Jordan basketball card, and I could have a Michael Jordan card with his signature on it, which is like, him actually signing it is worth, tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, versus the exact same card with a digital, with like a, printed printer signature, which is worthless, right? I mean, it's like a $10 card. So it's that digital signature, the authenticity, the proof of authenticity that I think is what carries the value. But how do you think about NFTs like Top Shot or Bored Apes and so on, right? So that's kind of one category versus NFTs in the metaverse. So, and like in gaming, where you can take your NFT, lend it out. Like, I have a better spaceship, and I can lend it out to someone that can use my spaceship. Axie Infinity is a good example of this, and other games are coming out. Do you value? Do you see them as separate things? Do you value them differently? How should, as an investor who's looking at NFTs, or a collector, how should they think about those two worlds?
Like integrating your NFTs into the metaverse, you're saying?
Well, either that. I guess you can have like a Bored Ape NFT, right? So that's one NFT, a non-fungible token. Another one could be something you earn in a play-to-earn game.
Mhm.
Do you, like, as an investor and collector, do you look at, are you more focused on the art part of the NFTs? Like, hey, I have a Bored Ape, or I have an NBA Top Shot, and I have this moment. Or are you also looking at, well, what will happen in some of these metaverse worlds, like a Decentraland or others, where they have their own NFTs within that world, right? And can you actually merge the worlds? Are they gonna merge in 2022?
Yeah, it's nice when NFTs have utility and it's not just art. And I think that's what's so great about decentralization and non-custodial wallets. So NBA Top Shot, it's a custodial wallet, so it's like you can't move your NBA Top Shot moments onto different, you can't display them on different marketplaces and sell them on OpenSea or anything like that. And so that's kind of like a bit of a limitation, but some of these other ones like Bored Apes, for example, it's like, okay, yeah, I can display my Bored Ape on Rarible, I can display it on OpenSea, I can take it into all of these different places. I just have to connect my wallet. So it's like, okay, yeah, Decentraland, maybe you'll be able to just connect your wallet, and maybe your Bored Ape will, I don't know, there'll be some kind of like figurine, and you can walk around with your Bored Ape. They don't really have that yet, but yeah, I think integration and integrating into these different decentralized platforms is going to be huge. And as far as play to earn goes, I've been getting into gaming as well. I've been playing this one game, Gods Unchained, for the past year, and it's like it's super cool being able to actually own my cards. It's like this strategy card game. It's like I can actually own my cards, and if I wanted to sell them, I could. If I wanted to move them around to different platforms, I can. And it's like yeah, having true digital ownership is really nice. And I think that gamers are going to kind of start to wake up and realize that, oh, I don't even really own my Fortnite skins or whatever. If the game disappears tomorrow, oh well, all my assets are gone. They weren't even really assets. So I think people are going to kind of realize that, what, I only want to be able to own my assets. If I'm buying them, it only makes sense. And play to earn as well. It's like being able to actually earn something, whether it's a token or maybe even NFTs, by playing a video game. I think play to earn will be really popular as well, and people aren't just going to want to be playing video games for free and for fun. They'll want to be playing for something in exchange and for fun, you know?
Yeah, I'm mixed on this. I mean, I've gone through a lot of the. I mean, I back when World of Warcraft was a thing. I played for a couple of years, and I was buying like gold from gold farmers at the time, and so like you could say that in effect was I was buying NFTs. I just didn't have a way to go the other way. If I was well, I'm sure there was like gold farming sites that I could like sell my gold through, but at that point, that was the only option. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a really hard. I think the game has to be really right for the whole NFT thing to work. And like some of the play to earn stuff has been more focused on like earning rather than playing.
Yeah.
And maybe this year is when we finally get like a big AAA game that people really like and want to play. But it's been really interesting to see like the backlash. I know that there's been a couple of game studios which have put out that they're gonna have NFTs in their games, and like within a day or two, they come back and they say, "We're sorry, we didn't listen to the community on this. We didn't know there was such like." I think there's a small corner of crypto Twitter which is just very anti NFT in any sort of games, and it's mind boggling to me.
I don't even think that's crypto Twitter. I think that's just normie Twitter.
Just regular Twitter. But
Yeah.
there's this really like active and vocal minority of well, I didn't okay, I'm gonna say the minority because I just assumed that everybody is in crypto. Um, there's a small minority of people who that speak very loudly. Like they're gonna put I think it was Stalker, it was the Stalker Studio, which is a great game, and it would make sense to have tradable assets within it. I think, but there was such a backlash that within 24 hours they came out and said they weren't going to do it anymore. And I've seen a couple of other studios do it the same way as well. If you spend $100 on a video game, why shouldn't you have the ability to get back maybe $80 when you go sell the thing, or maybe even more um, if it's worth something to somebody. It's a weird. I think we're in this like strange transition time where like people that grew up with these one type of games aren't just ready for another new type of narrative and new type of game to come along yet.
Yeah, it's like I'm excited for this whole for 2022. I think this is where Sam and I disagree a little bit. I think actually Sam is less bullish or more bearish than I am on the metaverse actually coming out with a AAA game that's more play than earn. But I do agree that right now it's more earn than play.
Mhm.
It'll be interesting to see how they all intertwine. But you know, even stepping back, we're all kind of in this weird market. Just looking at the market today, right? Bitcoin is at 41.5 or 41.9, I think, as at the time of taping. It's obviously a big flush, and the market's following suit. Most of the players or most of the tokens in the market. So if we do go into some prolonged bear cycle, how does that? Do you see NFTs following suit? Do you see a decoupling of NFTs? And in any case, what's a good plan B for investors who are, like you said, there's a portfolio of NFTs that you love because they're just yours and you will never sell and they speak to you. But for the other ones that you're using as investment, what do you think is going to happen in 22, and how should people prepare themselves if there is a prolonged downturn?
That's a good question. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to like predict what's going to happen, but yeah, if there is, a bear market and, crypto goes into a bear market and then maybe NFTs follow suit and, maybe they also go down, or at least they adjust to the USD pricing and as a result, take a dip. I mean, for me, I've kind of already come to terms. I'm like, okay, if I've already taken out my initial, right? Like if everything went to zero or whatever, then it is what it is. Like I have to be okay with that, and obviously it wouldn't be ideal. Like I wouldn't want to, but I mean I'm also trying to stay a little liquid right now as well, because I think that's important. Last thing you want is there's a bear market and you're not liquid at all and you just have all these liquid JPEGs. That's that doesn't sound ideal. So sell what you're up on if you don't really want to hold on to it long term. I mean, that's what I would say. If you think that a bear market is coming, sell what you're up on that you don't actually want to hold on to long term.
Nobody ever lost money taking profits.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think like the whole like I always whenever I do NFT stuff, I always kind of say, okay, I'm just going to assume this is going to go to zero, and I'm happy like spending the money here. And if I do see a return, then that's great. But I know that they're like less liquid than, or say more liquid than some of the other stuff that I have in my portfolio. And it's more, I just buy, like, for me, my strategy is just to buy the stuff that I like. If I see art that I like you were buying a lot of Top Shots, I was buying a lot of generative art was my thing back when like Art Blocks was first coming up. Now I think it's a little bit different because it's just they have their different fee structures, and it's harder when there's so many more collectors to be able to get to some of these collections, right? Like when the mint prices go too high, or you're just not able to get a pack, or like you're not able to actually get the things that you want. It creates this, like I know the creators want to sell, but at the same time, like sometimes it's just hard to get involved. And I think like we're seeing this reset now where a lot of these projects, like if you missed it the past 6 months, like let's say you didn't get into Top Shots and you missed the first wave, well, like I think there's some pretty big accumulation happening right now. And the team has had like a year to figure out their whole card sellings, and I don't want to say tokenomics because they are tokens, they're NFT tokens, but like they figured out how to do the economics better to retain value. And same for like the other projects like Art Blocks and other stuff. I think we'll see a big wave again in 2022 for the good projects, and it's just a matter of time. Like right now is probably a great time to start like accumulating over the next 6 months, because if we do go into an extended bear market, one of the things that like all NFT collectors do, or most of them at least, that are on OpenSea, is they price everything in ETH, right? So if you buy something for 1 ETH, you're always going to judge your entry, like you said for your cool cats. It's always judged by that entry price. So like ETH may have been $300 at the time, but you still spent 0.609 ETH, and now the ETH is like 10x. You're still judging your NFT collection in that NFT or in that ETH price. So if we do see a long downward period for ETH, it'd probably be a really great price or really great time to accumulate, just because ETH prices are depressed and people are like only thinking about the ETH price rather than the dollar value of what they're picking up.
Yeah. Yeah. And, for Top Shot, like you were saying, actually, I'm going to show this. It's kind of depressing, but.
Oh no, don't show depressing things.
Oh my
Everyone
God,
cover your eyes. I'm just kidding.
this is my portfolio value for Top Shot. We started tracking literally at the peak. So February 23rd, here you see I could have sold it all for 203,000, but no, I held it all. And look, went cut in a quarter. Now my account's worth 48,000. So
Write it out.
But you're in the
I'm
top
writing it
2%.
out. I'm writing it out.
You're in the
0.2%.
top
Yeah.
0.2%.
I know. And you know what? But it doesn't show. I mean, we started tracking in February, and all the other sites, you'll see the same thing. But, it doesn't show that I started in October, and, I would have been low down here. But anyway, it's like, okay, well, I feel like since I already have this experience going through this roller coaster with Top Shot, I can handle some volatility with my Ethereum-based NFT projects. But I think a lot of people, it'll be their first time, going through a bear market or a down cycle with their NFTs. And a lot of people, maybe they weren't into crypto before, maybe they just went straight to NFTs. And so I think it'll be an interesting time. I think if we do go into a bear market, there's always opportunities to make money. It's just like where are you gonna go to make money? What are you gonna do? What's gonna be the next thing? But of course, I think a lot of people, might get depressed. They might leave. They might abandon their NFTs for a bit. But the real ones will stick around, and there'll always be ways to make money if that's what you want to do. If you want to make money, there's always opportunities. You just gotta look for them. So
Yeah. I think like one of the things that I've seen recently is that with all the new like interest from collectors coming into the NFT space, a lot of people have been getting hacked. I don't know if it was just like December like tax avoidance happening, where like, oh, my Bored Apes have been hacked. But following crypto Twitter, there's been a ton of people losing their entire collections, and it's mostly in the Bored Apes. You don't see too many CryptoPunk holders getting scammed. It's there's this like trend of Bored Ape holders like trying to do these like shady OTC deals, and they just send it to this person. They never hear back from them. They send an asset which is worth like $300,000 to somebody they've never met online, and are surprised when they don't get any money back from it. Or they like click on a website and like deposit their ape into a contract which they haven't verified or haven't used before, and all of a sudden that ape's gone. Maybe so. It seems really highly correlated in the ape community.
I think what Sam is saying is don't trust OTC desks. Trade
Yeah.
on a centralized exchange, like I don't know, like Okcoin. Now that I'm biased, so anything comes to mind. Maybe like an Okcoin.
Oh, for NFT, but if you're trying to swap your NFTs, right? Like, maybe one day we'll have NFT OTC stuff through the exchange. But like, if
Maybe
right now,
this is an alpha leak. Maybe.
right?
Ooh, hopefully,
But like right now, if you're trying to sell your ape or your something, your Bored Ape, right? And you probably go through an OTC desk, right? So Jenny mentioned that MoonPay was doing a bunch of OTC stuff, and there's a couple of other brokers as well too. But some people are kind of cheap, and they don't want to pay that like 5% or 10% fee that the brokers charge. And a lot of people have gotten scammed. So this is probably a good time to tell everybody to like buy a hardware wallet, buy a good one, buy 2 or 3.
What's a good NFT hardware wallet?
I mean, I have a Ledger personally. The Ledger and Trezor are like the main ones. I don't even know which one's like the best. Is it Ledger? Is it Trezor? It's like I don't know, but I think having Ledger is the most popular. But yeah, and even brushing up on cybersecurity, good cybersecurity practices as well. I think that people think that just if you have a hardware wallet, you're safe, but that's not particularly the case. There's a lot of things you got to watch out for, and reading other people's scam stories is a nice way to kind of educate yourself as well on, okay, how are people getting scammed? How can let me not click any links, let me not connect my wallet to any sites that are suspicious or whatever, and let me just directly sell in OpenSea and not try to do these wild trades or whatever. Play it safe with your assets, because last thing you want is you have the super valuable asset and then boom, gone. And this isn't, you can't just call up Ethereum customer support. Like, that doesn't exist.
I call Vitalik all the time. I'm like, hey
Yeah.
man, he's on speed dial for me, so I don't know what you're. Hey, I have a question. So on this note, right, we talked about wallets, we talked about themes. Okay, here's another noob question. Help me understand this. I can buy an NFT in Ethereum. I can buy one on Solana. I can buy one on Avalanche. I can buy one on Polygon. Can I buy the same one across all of them? Is one layer one, or I guess Polygon is technically a layer 2, better than another? Is there going to be interop across the different layers for my NFTs? How is that all going to work? Because they're all secured in the chain, right? It's just proof of ownership at its core. Does it matter where that proof of ownership lies? Is one chain more valuable than another? How does that work?
So, for example, for like Solana NFTs, you can only buy them with Sol, and it's like you can only buy them with and Ethereum-based NFTs, you can only buy them with Ethereum, and I mean, NBA Top Shot, I guess you can use ETH, BTC, I don't know, maybe one other, and USD, of course, as well. But I mean, usually it's like, okay, whatever currency they decide that you can use. Housekeeping, I have a Housekeeping membership. It's Polygon. It's on the Polygon network, so it's like I can't use my regular ETH. I have to have ETH on the Polygon network in order to buy it, or sell it or trade it. So I guess it depends what the individual NFT has as like, okay, how do you what's the currency that they use?
Are you just buying on ETH and then Flow, or are you buying in other places as well too?
I have some Solana NFTs. People were telling me I had to get into Solana. I have some Cardano NFTs. I don't know. I feel like I have like I feel like I have all these different ones, and then I forget, and then I'm like, oh, I need to remember that I have, all these other things. But I mostly focus on, Ethereum based and Flow based. So
Yeah.
kind of
I,
familiar with it.
So I think the most important thing that people forget about the NFTs is that like community is at the heart of everything. Like if you don't have a community, nobody's gonna be willing to step up and pay 10 ETH for a for an NFT. And it's one of those things where like there's certain communities like either the apes or like the cool cats or people in Top Shots. They're manic about the stuff that they're buying. They love the community. They love the artwork. They love the people that they're dealing with. And when we talk about like pricing and analytics and stuff, at the end of the day, really, I mean, you have to like what you're buying, and you have to like the community that you're getting into. I mean, Jenny, you talked about the Cool Cats community, about how it's just a great place to be with some great people. So that's one, like, probably the most important thing for me that I look at is like what are these people? Who are these people that are buying? Like, are they just obsessed with it, right? Like I see people on Twitter that can't even afford to feed themselves and pay their rent, but they've got a couple of apes and they're never selling. And that's the kind of like devotion and it takes to really like keep a community together, right? It's got to be like borderline just people obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want people to be, you want people to diamond hand your collection. And also I feel like, because that was an interesting thing that you brought up when you're like, you want a really strong community, you want people with the same interest of like, okay, we're all interested in this NFT. But I think one thing that we haven't really seen yet, that I think will be maybe the next wave, maybe just something that is to look forward to in the future. More interest based NFT collections. So for example, we all are, maybe it's a fitness based NFT membership. We're all trying to get fit together, and it's like more specific. It's not just, oh, here, community, we all have the same NFT. Okay, well, what else? I feel like we need more niche specific NFT collections coming out. And so, where we can share a common interest besides just having that specific NFT, it's like, okay, let's share some other common interests as well. And I think that'll be the next level, for having stronger communities, is to have more things in common. Especially if you're like working towards some type of goal or something. I think more membership based, niche specific NFTs will be coming out. Now I'm looking forward to that, because I would like to see that. I would like more niche specific NFT collections that are. It's not just the art. The art is cool, but it's like, let's make it about more than that too. Might as well.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a great place to wrap up. I think the main thing that we're trying to get on is that like community is super important, but also data is at the heart of everything as well too. So you can use a platform like Evaluate to go out and keep an eye on your portfolio and also see what's coming up as well too. So Jenny, thanks so much for coming on this episode of Okcoin Live. It was great to talk about NFTs, which is one thing which I like. I like NFTs. People ask me to explain it to them. I don't. You kind of have to experience it, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get Alex on. Alex, we're gonna give you to buy an NFT. Actually,
his first NFT.
I know. I need to buy I know. What should I buy? What should I look at?
You should buy something for. Well, I mean, like, first you should determine how much money you want to spend.
Yeah.
And then we can figure something out for you.
100x. I want 100x. That's what I want. I want to flip it in one day and get 100x. Is that too much to ask for? I mean,
yeah, right. That's what everyone else. Okay, so what's that NFT I can buy that's gonna make me a lot of money?
Make me money, moon, baby, moon.
That's not an easy question. Okay.
I think you should just focus on what you like. Like you should look for like a
Buy what
uh,
you love.
yeah. I mean, that's what I tell everybody, right? So like,
Mystic Skull, baby. That's what I'm going at. Secret Network. I'm reading the comments here. I'll take more shills from the audience. Mystic Skull, Secret Network. Here we go. Okay.
I found these ones yesterday. A person in one of my other groups. I mean, how can I share this? This like psychedelic one. It's pretty cool. Psychedelics Anonymous. Let me share this.
Oh
I'm into
yeah.
psychedelic NFTs. I mean, I'm definitely not for anyone listening from Okcoin.
This is cool. It's got a really like Squid Game vibe for this. You know, you need to
That's my first project.
you need to fix
Really
your
hyped that up.
you need to fix your PFP
Wow, this
profile.
is it's pretty intense. Can you check out? Can you look up Mystic Skull Secret Network? Let's
Is
look
it
at.
on?
Should I buy this or Mystic Skull?
Uh,
This
let's
is
see if we
the live shill NFTs to Alex show.
live shilling Alex. Okay, Secret Order of the Mystic Skulls. Right. Let's go look this up.
Let's do this.
Let's see. How do we find? Okay, this is complicated. Excavate.
The skulls evolve. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. The skulls evolve. Okay.
Do I have? I don't have any secret though. We won't be
Chaos
able.
Heart is shilling good stuff here.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I've connected my thing. It should be excavation, puzzles, Twitter, Discord. Here, Stash Marketplace. Let's go take a look. I think this is it. Approve. Okay, this looks like it. Okay, here we go. Do you like these?
Oh, these are cool. These are really cool. I like this. I like the Viking and the with the girl next to the Viking. That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I think how much are these? Let's see if I can afford to buy any one of these.
50 secret. So this little girl is selling for 50 secret,
Man,
and secret's like 650 right
I
now.
think we gotta get secret on Okcoin in order to do this. I can only buy stuff with that's on Okcoin, so I'm gonna have to get secret on Okcoin. These are pretty cool. So you said 650, and this how many is it? It's 50 secret or 5 secret?
Well, this one's 14, right? So this is 14 times 6. So that's what, like,
So this is
$100
about. Wait, it's $6. Yeah, $100 I can do.
or
$100
$91. Yeah, it says it here. Yeah.
There we go. I don't have to ask for a raise. I was about to, do a public ask my bosses for a raise here, so I can. The crowd wants me to buy NFTs, and I just need a raise for these NFTs.
Here we go.
I
This
like
one's
these.
sold. Here,
Yeah,
this one's sold for 500. So this one sold for 3,000. You could have the little devil.
that's definitely raise
Devil Biscuit
territory.
soul. Well, amazing. Well, next time we're gonna debut your PFP, your new profile photo for Twitter.
I love it. Oh, look, they unlock more attributes over time, so you can unlock all 9 with Ethereum. So okay, so I buy the. Oh, these are nice because they're evolving. There's
Some game theory to it.
Yeah, I love it. Love y'all too. Chaos Heart. Chaos Heart is this is good. Listen, I need to buy one just because you shilled it. I think I'm gonna have to do it. First we gotta get secret. Second, once we get secret, we're gonna have to get some NFTs over here. So okay. Heard you loud and clear. Head of listings. Here we go. I gotta earn my stripes now.
Exactly. There's the Alpha League. Well, amazing. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Jenny, for coming on this week. We're gonna take your recommendations to heart and figure something out for Alex. And by next week, he's gonna have a new profile photo, and we're gonna
NFTing it up.
We're gonna NFT it up. He's gonna be he's gonna have like 1,000 NFTs by next week, actually.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. But all the walls behind me are just gonna be, we're gonna put a green screen and just all my NFTs gonna be floating around.
0 to 100 real quick.
I love
awesome.
it.
Well, thank you
Jenny,
so much.
you.
Yeah, and
Thanks for having me.
yeah, and as always, make sure to go and buy the dip on Okcoin. We have the best markets with the best fees, and if you're looking to buy NFTs, come buy some ETH and take it through us, or buy some Tezos or some Solana. Anywhere where you're going to be able to buy some NFTs, we can help you sort out with what you're going to need to buy it. So come to okcoin.com and see what awaits in NFT world.
Awesome. Thank you.